that roar of thunder. Hear those tires scream. Is every boy's hero, every lady's dream. Flying down highway heading west in a streak of black light called the Bandit Express. Look out, the bandits coming, tires screaming, engine humming. Looks like the bandits on the move. Look out, the bandits coming, bet your money and warn no women. Tell those smokies all to take a rest, 'cause they'll never get the Bandit Express.
Haven't had to do this for a long while, but gives me good reason to get out and wash the window and get some fuel in it. I don't know if you can hear it. That removals trailer that was parked over there, we come in past on the way in. Sneaky little opening window at the front corner. It was a generator rolling over there now. Walking across, I could see a step on the other side, so I'm guessing it's been converted into a sneaky little motorhome. Which, if you're going to do it, converting an old trailer A pan would be better because you got instant aircon. That's us done in Albury. Let's set sail north to Canberra, up Highway 31. Which is a lot shorter. I go from 7 traffic lights down to only 4. But the biggest problem is this little kilometre stretch here. Getting on and getting over this lane to get to this next set of lights to make a right. It's alright now. The last few mornings I've been coming half an hour earlier to work. But at the start of the week when I started at my normal time, there was a bit more traffic here than what there is now. The biggest problem, you have an infrastructure hub like Mitchell, and the main access to it from outside of Canberra is a single lane dual carriageway road, single lane road through a roundabout. Unlike coming in the other way past the tram stop and past the race course and the entertainment slash exhibition park, whatever you want to call it, where it's all dual lanes, trams, all that stuff to get the most traffic out here from Canberra City. I just wish this was dual carriageway out in this little bit as well, but maybe one day. It's only a real little intersection here too. If you're in a double, you'd need both lanes. Doesn't matter as much now because there's no traffic beside us, but when there is, you need all that left lane just so the trailer doesn't drag over to the traffic beside you. The tiny little access to the cemetery either side. And down this little hill to a set of traffic lights, which you're sort of looking through the trees to see if you've got a green or not. We don't. just so you got time to pull up and hope a car gets to the lights ahead of you like that, so you don't have to come to a complete stop. And here we are on Sanford Street. It'd probably be a good 10 minutes it saves by not having to go around the other way that I was going. So we'll see what it's like in here anyway. It has been quiet. I haven't had to deal with delivery vans all week. I don't know if that's just because I am a little bit earlier, but we're going to see. One truck's here. Look at that white Camry. Oh, idiots! We're going to do a little sneak. We'll see how we go. It's going to be tight. Trail just cleared there. Keep an eye on our van. I've been told at times the other driver when he used to come in here would come in this way and just nose in and then back out. Which would be handy if this gate over here was open, but no one gets there until just after 7. And it's 6:05 now, so look, reverse. So you got no hope of that gate getting opened in the time I'm going to be here anyway, fingers crossed. The other point here too is to get over enough that you're not blocking the truck beside you from loading. And then there's enough room at the front here for vehicles to get in and out ahead of you. Like that. And I've left enough room for the forks to get across the back of the truck as well. They are still planning on resealing this yard sometime this month, so that's going to make things real interesting. The guys on the forklift are saying the only way to do it's closed, but those higher up think that they can section off and do areas at a time, which, yay. But let's go get it off and we'll keep this day going. Hello YouTube, you lovely ladies and gentlemen. Brad here, back with the next instalment of Aussie Trucking on Highway 31, Vlog 56. Honestly, I didn't think we were going to get here. For all the struggles, YouTube being YouTube, the whole reason I called a Aussie Trucking series on YouTube was because if I got to 50, that was going to be it. It was just going to be a limited 50 episode run just to show you my side of the world. And but yeah, it's been incredibly successful here at the 12-month anniversary at the start of the channel. It's been awesome, over 100,000 views. All you lovely channel members that have gone above and beyond to support the channel, and also those that aren't channel members have sent super thanks and donations that way to the channel as well. It has been absolutely fantastic, and here comes the sun, which is not what I want. Where's that visor? So we've just finished up in Mitchell, back to days of old, getting fuel in the morning too. For some reason, well, I know the reason, it's to hoard to hoard or get rapid gains in Flybuys points. Those international, that is a reward program through a supermarket here that also works out of the Shell service stations. We can only get a maximum of $250 and you get points for those $250, whereas you're spending $800 in fuel, $900 in fuel, there's a lot of points you're not getting. But apparently the reason the other driver's been hoarding the fuel cards in the truck is because he wants to be the one to get the points, and you can get some free shit along the way. I've made use of it early on. Just I was collecting because I could collect them, and managed to get a nice Weber barbecue out of it. But that said, because I'm back in, I'd call it all grilly, but that might be offensive to some. It's got the bug deflector, the bug stone guard on the front windscreen. The other truck, back in that one, I've been jumping between this and the white one that I think I was in at the end of last year. The run itself hasn't changed. We are sadly no longer going to Hume. That's for the other driver. He's been jumping up and down, and they've been rewarding him by sending him to Hume early, so he's off to Hume, and we've got his drop here in Mitchell. The only downside to that is I've also got to go to Fyshwick, but for some reason, and it might be just the half an hour it takes to drive out to him and back from Fyshwick, I'm getting out of Canberra faster, so that is definitely a plus. I don't know if I mentioned it in one of the last videos of last year, or if it was just to channel members, but because I'm not going to Hume anymore to that warehouse, any freight we have to come back, I don't bring back. Jugyong Bakery, that comes out of that warehouse as well, so if there's anything there for Jugyong Bakery, he's stuck doing that every day, or every second day of the week. And at the moment too, because they take a fair bit of freight, if there's any drops to do along the way, he's got to do them as well. So he got to go up to Gunning yesterday and drop another packet of that mesh off at the Gunning Rural Supplies. So by wanting to get away early and go across to Hume to get in there early, he's shot himself in the foot by having a bit of extra work to do. Unfortunately, that means for me too that it's given me a lot less to do on the way home, which yay cream for me. But it's also, it might restrict on how much I'll be able to show you each week in a video. So that's the Mitchell drop we've done there. It's been good this week. Freight has been very quiet. Come on, push bike riders. Ride on the road, should be on the footpath. Yeah, I know you're indicating that way. It's been very quiet. The highway's been quiet. Just coming past the Tarcutta Bog there this morning, barely any trucks parked out the back at 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning on a Thursday evening. I haven't been full all week. There's been empty spots. So much so, the other truck, just so you can bring stuff home, has got my trailer again, and I've got this, what I was told was an old flat top they made into a taut liner, which normally it's the other way around. You'll buy an old wrecked taut liner that's been rolled or something, cut the curtains and everything off it, and make it into a flat top. This seems to have gone the other way around, but it has got new curtains, it's got new gates, it's got new rollers, everything. They could just made the curtains an inch or two longer, because you pull that handle to release them and you barely got any slack, but they'll stretch over time. But anyway, so today is another low freight day for me. We've got the Mitchell drop we've just done. We're going across to Fyshwick to do our normal drop there, which has proceeded all week. And I didn't like it when I seen the paperwork. I've got 10 swampy air conditioners on the very front for an air conditioner in place in Fyshwick as well, which is a pain in the butt to get into. Because of that, I know they don't open until the workers don't start getting there until 7. It's 6:30 now. I'm going to go straight there because at the very least I can get a park out the front before the businesses either side of it open and take all that parking up, and then you're restricted to just doing laps. Find somewhere to park and then do a lap and see if you can get in. It's not pleasant, but you'll see that in a minute. We'll go do that because I know, being a Friday, I'll probably get straight into the normal Fyshwick drop straight away. I've only got like 6 pallets on the back for them. This trailer doesn't have a mezzanine level in it anywhere, so it's going to be fun. There was one wrongly routed pallet on the back that's got to go back home. I'm going to have a stack of pallets from the next drop in Fyshwick, and then we're going back to Bunnings for a full load to go back from there. So I'm gonna, oh, that's neutral. Whoopsies. I'm gonna have to get creative with how the load goes on. Hopefully with some sand or gravel at Martin's to double stack. But busy morning on a Friday, so we'll get down here to Hume, to Fyshwick I should say, and yeah, we'll keep this day rolling. Just rolling. That's where we've got to go there. That's the front storefront of the place. At least the back gate's open. We've got to go around the back. And at least too, as I suspected, it is very quiet here at this time of morning, which I don't mind sitting here waiting 15 minutes to get unloaded if no one's here, than get here later and not be able to have room to get in. That's right, you come out of there. We're going in where that van just come out. And they've planted trees here since I was here last. You used to be able to go up there. I still could, but anyway. We're going to go in there. So we've got to back around, horseshoe around on our left hand side. Completely missed it. Yeah, completely missed it. I wish I could have the camera there to show you, but oh, I'm making a meal of this. I've got to go where those pellets are, right? Bump here. Still no traffic, luckily. Oh no, come back. Oh, now I'm going to go up the bump. Oh, I love this gateway. Just going to stop here for a minute. Yeah, we're on up against that post, so I'll wait for this car to go. Straighten up a little bit, give us a little bit more room. All for 10 swampies, they couldn't just throw it on a rigid. trailer's going through the gate now, so we'll start swinging hard. Apologies that you can't see this. Go forward again and take another bite. Poor old forearm's starting to get a bit sore. Just got to watch this front corner. This post, wherever it is, there it is. So I can start backing off that. Oh. Swing a bit harder. I'll back right up here just so you can see how off-centre that gate is. Turn them off. Straight back. Ideally, if those trees weren't there, you'd come in that way and back up there and you'd be able to back straight in here, but anyway, not today. I'm pretty sure they got fork extensions here, so worst case are only swampy, so I can drag them across by hand. The one load off the one side, but oh, imagine how hard that would be. A busy day, that car park there full of cars. Cars want to come past. Just oh, that's why I don't want to deliver in Melbourne or Sydney. Stay out of the cities. This side off and I'll drag it over.
That's alright.
It's the same, man.
Mark is not in a rush. That's
What?
why I figured.
I'm not in a rush, son.
That'll look like that here.
Yeah.
I reckon Mary screwed up. You didn't want an LCQI, did you?
Huh?
You didn't want an LCQI, did you? I think she ordered LCQI.
No, LCQ.
Is that how?
You can order the same price. Maybe you get it wrong. Mary doesn't do anything wrong.
Even if she does, then you tell her, she goes, fat fingers.
More, mate. Oh, Chris, you beautiful driver.
Beautiful driver.
Let me
Yeah, I'll
tell you.
take that. Cheers. Where's what?
Let me tell you.
10 minutes. Monday. I thought I paid it. Yeah, I'm moving my voice for it. Chris, this still was straight going on. Yeah, but we have to. I typed this up. I put it in a drawer. I don't know where the paper. I have to go get the paper now.
They're a bit heavier. Hey, mate, 15 minutes away. Rightio, see you in a sec. Eight. Straight in. For those new viewers, or those that haven't seen where I explained it sometime in the past, the second drop in Fyshwick that I go to, they want you to call up when you're about 15 minutes away, just so, one, they know you're coming, and two, if you can get in or not. If you can't get in, you gotta go wait, and they'll call up when you can get in there, just because of how small the yard is. But luckily, Mondays, sometimes Tuesdays and Fridays, oh, I'm not gonna get around there, you get straight in. What are you doing? Any tradies watching? Have you gone back to work yet, or you got a couple more weeks off? That might be one reason why this joint's so quiet. You do see some tradies going to work, but mainly it'd be those that might need the money a little bit more than others. I think one of the other reasons it's quiet too is we saw in that gap between, a lot of people went back on the 6th of January. A lot more probably won't go back until end of the month when school starts again for the new year. Oh, the Australian flag company's still there. Be meaning to get back in there. We're going there. That's a blind corner. He's going that way. So that wasn't bad. I only just got the curtains open and they unlocked the back gates and it was good to go. So it was 7:10 and we're heading around to Fyshwick, or heading from one end of Fyshwick to the other. And hopefully if we get these 8 pelts off there nice and quick, we'll be heading back out of Canberra by core day. So we'll head around there and start getting the last of the freight off. Stay green, stay green, stay green. Nice. Bus go. Surely we won't get this one. Nah. It is a muggy old day in Canberra. That plus that unload went really fast. He was waiting to unload me as soon as I was opening the curtains, and I had the other curtains closed by the time he had that side off. What? No EBS. So even they must be quiet here, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's in front of that trailer? 10 trucks parked up. Anyway, all doubles just sitting here doing nothing. Granted, it's Friday, but you'd think they'd be going out and doing some fishing and get some stuff back for next week. But anyway, it's gloomy. I don't think it's meant to rain, but we'll see how that goes. I noticed a few times coming up, as soon as you throw your spotlights on or high beam on, the bugs just start coming towards you. But coming up with below beam most of the way, it kept the window pretty clean. So top tip, you don't need high beam, you don't need spotties on the Hume, for the most part anyway. Then you got to deal with dead roos on the road or roos on the side of the road. That is it for Fyshwick. 2 drops done there, 25 to 8, leaving Canberra. 25 to 8, quarter to 9 we should be out at Martin's. Full truck the load there, so I'll be there for 15-20 minutes if no one's ahead of us. Being early out there is not normally a good thing, but we'll see. We'll get that done. We'll go down the road somewhere and find some lunch, because I've got a dental appointment after work with Savo, and I probably won't be able to eat anything for tea after that's done, so I need to go and find something substantial for lunch, but we'll find out what that is a little bit further down the track. And there's one little thing I want to stop in on and visit as well. Vlog 56, there was an important incident that happened back in 1956 on the Hume related to trucks. A lot of people don't know it, a lot of people know very little about it, and if it had happened today, which touch wood, it hasn't yet, but it would cause major issues. But we'll get it to Martin's anyway and keep this day progressing, and I'll be back with you soon. radio set up there. Except for one highway patrol car, that's the only copper I've seen all week on the highway between Canberra and Albury. Obviously after a busy, crazy season, they've all got time off now, so good on them, but there's some people out there still doing stupid stuff. With how good the morning's gone, we're sure to be held up here. But we'll see. I don't see any trucks over there, we might be right. So we'll see how this goes. There's 22 pallets to go on. I don't even know if this is a 22 pallet trailer. I'd assume it is, but otherwise the 4 for Bunnings Albury might be left here until Monday. I didn't see any sugarcane mulch or anything on the list, so we might be lucky with that. Although I do see a bit stacked up there. Glad that sort of rain, that misty rain was heavy enough coming out of Canberra that I was able to clean the windscreen. Normally you just get enough and it smears and makes things worse, but it stopped before Murray and Bateman, so still a bit gloomy, but none of them look like juicy rain clouds, which is good. Clint, the main man's here to unload me. Just need to see where I am. Must be back up the other room where he's waiting for me. Soil, sand. Might have to leave Albury here. Alright, bloody GoPros. I don't think you'll get the rest of that loading, unfortunately, so I'll slow it down a little bit. But this is a 22 pallet trailer. It's fine, it seems. Those extra couple of things I have to throw up on top just to give them somewhere to go, and a little bit more room because you haven't got the mezzanine poles upright, or or the gooseneck coming up, just losing that little bit of extra space between pallets. So that's us done at Martin's, that's us done at Yass. We are going to start heading south. No more pickups, no more drop-offs to do along the way. It's just straight back to the depot now at 9 o'clock. So should be nearly done by 1 o'clock, but as I said, we've got one special drop to make, or place to stop at, and grab something to eat along the way. So pull out those bingo cards and start thinking now, or guessing where you reckon I'm going to stop for lunch. Spoiler warning, it's not going to be Tarcutta. We're definitely not doing that. Yeah, how many had Gundagai Bakery on your bingo cards? I was going to go to Holbrook, but I'm not going to be there before this particular dining establishment opens, so we might have to knock on wood. It's pretty busy in town here this morning. I'm hoping our parking area is free. It is. I don't really like going down here fully loaded, but anyway. Plus, I haven't stopped in to see him since I went on holidays, so that's the other reason. And I need a coffee between here and Holbrook, so that is why we are back at Gundagai. Smells good in there. Hot as well. Just the round one, no seeds. No seeds, the white one? Yep. I'll bring it up. Yes, please. Yeah, no, yep. Anything else? I'll get a regular cap as well, please. Regular cap? Yep. Bloody second time that's happened in there. New staff, and because everyone has different names for the sizes, I've asked for a regular cap. Where in there you got to say medium, otherwise you get a tiny one. And that's scalding, so got that. We've got our trusty chicken salad roll again. Over the Christmas break, someone that, apologies, I don't recall your name or screen name, but it was back on the, might have been the last time I was here in a video and had the cream bun down there, was asking about pies and sausage rolls and that. I'm not a sausage roll lover. I'll eat them, but it's not something I normally pay for. If they're on a platter or something, I'll eat them, but it's not something I normally go for. And I have tried the pies on a couple of occasions. My go-to pie normally is a curry pie. Unfortunately, in some places I've been stung with sultanas or raisins being in the curry mixture as well, which is a big no for me. And there's just something about the flavouring. It's real sweet, the curry one especially, so I thought I'd try a black pepper, and it was really sweet as well. So unfortunately, I prefer just pay the $4 for your basic pie from the Coles Servo Express. So anyway, I need to have a break here, so I'm going to sit here and let the clock tick for another 5 minutes, and we'll get down the road to our last little stop of the trip. thank you to those that watched through last week's video. I know when I'd done it, I knew that it wasn't going to get a lot of views. Going back and looking at some old photos and having a look at my life, there was that was supposed to be episode 40 to celebrate my 40th birthday last year, but it come and went. I think I was at Hwy when, or up at Lighton Ridge when episode 40 dropped, or was meant to drop, so I didn't have the time to do it. And yeah, so it was to be left for a Christmas break video if I needed to. I could do that at home. I didn't have to worry about shooting stuff out in the road and not being at work. So I knew it wasn't going to get as many views. Like as the moment of recording here, it's about the 900 views, which it'd be lucky. It might get to 1,000 by the time this video comes out, but if it doesn't, I knew that was going to happen anyway. So yeah, Gundagai, Gundagai, Gundagai. But also, normally about this time, a lot of the views drop off, so I'd encourage you to hang around for another 5 or 6 minutes for the rest of the video, but if not, fair enough. But we'll get down the highway and get to our next spot and touch base with you there. So here we are, we're probably a K off the little Billabong turn off, probably not even that, Tumbarumba Road. Back in 1956, and it's going to be a bit noisy here because we are just off the highway. 1956 was a very wet year in the Riverina, and because back then the Great Southern Road, or then it had been called the Hume Hwy at that point, was mostly dirt all the way down through the guts. Places like Little Billabong, the sections that started back up at Tarcutta. I'll start overlaying some photos here and a bit of death by PowerPoint. Before I do that, I'll just fill in. Start at Tarcutta. There were some sections along down here where you got off Aeroplane Hill or Canberra and down onto the flats here where the road just turned to pus. Trucks started getting bogged and they end up closing the highway and putting a 5-ton limit on the highway itself, or on the road itself. So there is only one video I found about it on YouTube. I'll try and play that now, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and we'll keep the story going. So I don't know if that worked or not. I won't know until I start editing the video together, but if it didn't, I'll start throwing some overlaid photos over, and apologise, it won't be 50 minutes like it was in last week's video. The road got that wet here. They'll dumping rock, they're putting in concrete as mesh, whatever they could get in the road to try and make a bit of a hard base to build it up. And as you'll see, if the does are pushing, it was just slop. I'm assuming it's a D6. It's very similar to the D6 8U I showed a photo of that we had on the property. Obviously, being a bit older, I was meant to call the old man and see what year that cable blade dozer was, but it might be a D6 4U or something, or might be even a D5. But it out here pushing, and the new highway's gone in, so that embankment's a lot higher than what it used to be. Billabong Creek's just down here, where you'll see that bridge where it looks down over it. I would have thought there'd be a plaque or something here. One of the big six, or the main six that was involved in Razorback, actually fought to keep this old section of highway here when they'd done the duplication, because of its significance. But there's no plaque, or no plaque or markers that I can see, which is a shame. The only thing we've got to go on is these beautiful big gum trees. Now, in that photo where you see the dozer pushing, there's a line of gum trees either side of the road, and up past here where the truck's parked, it opens up in the big fields either side. I know a lot of towns, Corryong, Wodonga, Albury, had their sort of Anzac memorial drives, and trees were planted in memorial of the returned soldiers and those that fought and died overseas. Looking at the size of those trees, and I'll bring the photo back up here of that dozer pushing, look at the size of those trees. They're probably a good 10 years old, 56, 47, 46, 45, when the war ended, 45, so it's a good bet that those trees were planted at the end of the war. Which now makes those trees, that makes these trees here, I'm going to math this, and I'm going to bugger up, I'm going to say 70 something years, 76 years. And because these big trees are 76 years old, it also means that all these other trees were not here in 1956, which is why a lot of these photos, a lot of the paddocks are just barren, bare. There's no timber. There's some timber over further. Behind this big gum tree, there are a line of pine over there that you can see in the back of one video, which obviously it's been replanted because pine does not last that long. But yeah, we'll go for a walk, get off there. So down there where the road starts to come back into the new alignment, there's a lot of sections there where you can see there's a rock in the ground. I'm sure if you went for a work metal detector, there's a viewer, McAfee dog trailer, truck and dog. If that's you, nice horn, nice rig. Anyway, back to it. You can see down there where it's all dug up. A lot of that stuff was left. And then even here, the original tar asphalt's still here. Like there's no bitumen as in rock in it. It's mostly just tarmac asphalt, but it's still here. Still a sign of a time gone by. And these big gum trees. And see, this here would have been part of an old cut as well. You can still see the rock here in some sections. Like something like that would have been perfect for attaching a plaque to, but I've already got about 6 golden orb spiders on my legs walking down through the grass. But so that's all going to be exposed rock from 80 odd years ago. But yeah, as I said, it started up near Tarcutta. There's photos I'm not going to have them in any particular order here as they go through, but we'll start with photos of Tarcutta on the plains this side of it where the old Tumbarumba railway line crosses. Just trucks, as soon as they got off the side of the road, they went down. As soon as you lose that hard pack, it's sort of all over Red Rover. And then a couple of sections along here where well, that sounds like a good Sir Jake's. Another tip truck. He must be going up Tumber Road. Yeah, the other side of Canberra, there was a couple of sections there where it went to crap as well. That bulldozer, there's a news story to say that bulldozer was up. I had a property up at the top of Canberra, which is Aeroplane Hill, anyone that uses a Hume. That's the modern name for it. It actually walked all the way down here to Billabong Creek to work to work on the mud pie, the mud hole. But shame all this rubbish is down here. Some decent chunks of rock. That hasn't got a plaque on it, has it? No. No, so bits of rock sitting there where they laid. And back then, the transport industry and locals and that, they wanted the army to come in and get the job done. The engineers, all that sort of stuff. Even property owners, people with floats with gear around, get down here. Even just put side roads in so they could get around, because the freeway was closed, or freeway I say, the highway was closed for a couple of weeks. Trucks were stopped at Holbrook, trucks were stopped at Tarcutta. You'll see in that video or in the photos here, drivers were just stuck. They ate all the fresh produce off the back of the trailers. When that ran out, locals were supplying food to them. That would have been coming in across from Wagga, or down from Gundagai. But it's definitely a different time. Blokes sleeping across the seats. I suppose if you got a single cab now or a day cab, you'd be doing the same thing. But yeah. If we had the same thing happen now where Mother Nature decided to close the freeway again, we've had it, or others have had it up north at the Bruce Highway and that sort of thing. Mother Nature shows her wrath, and yeah. The freeway gets shut. It's bad enough now when a truck goes over and blocks the highway and closes it, or a fatal like what happened last week or the week before in closing the freeway that way. So it's one of the big two incidents that shut the Hume Road, the Hume Highway, the Great Southern Road for a few weeks. The other one, of course, is Razorback. Without going too far into that, mid-70s, 75, 76, 74, around there somewhere, the truck blockade up on top of Razorback Mountain. That's a story for someone that travels the northern end of the Hume. I've heard a bit about it, but I haven't done much research into it. But yeah. The ghosts of the Bedfords, the Dodgers, the old B model Max, heading up. Even here, the old asphalt's still here. Getting grown over by time. So that was some photos of it, and that video if it worked. If you're ever in Tarcutta, the Tarcutta post office has got some photos on the wall in there. Which is good to see. There was speculation that the footage of that bulldozer was on the Stewart Highway, but in Tarcutta they've got the same photo of that dozer pushing mud, and underneath they've got Hume Highway, so I'm going to go with that because a local probably put that there. A little slab of asphalt here. It's amazing, and I would have loved, of all the duplication between Tarcutta and Tarcutta and Edamoga, didn't work on this bit. I would have loved to work on this bit to see what it looked like before the duplication went in. The fight they would have had to keep this here, obviously working on those jobs, I know how much they fight to keep the trees, especially old trees like that and that old gnarly thing there. How much they fight to keep that sort of stuff, but the heritage stuff normally it doesn't have a second consideration. But I'm just amazed that they would have had machines working meters away there, and then this old bit of road stayed. And there is sections further up where the old head culverts are still there and that sort of thing, and now this wind picks up. I hope it's not affecting the microphone, because I'd left the external mic back in the truck. But yeah, just a little bit of history from Highway 31 back in the day. The Tarcutta Bog, as they called it, centralised at Little Billabong, which is just over here, but it did have several places along the Hume where the road was a disaster. But that's it for Little Billabong, that's it for Tarcutta. We are going to walk back up this hill to the truck and head back to the yard and see what's going to happen with these pellets for Bunnings. Obviously the Albury stuff's going to come off. I don't know about Wodonga being a Friday, so I'm going to stay on and get delivered to Savo tomorrow. Hopefully I don't have to unload it at all, but we'll get back to the truck and keep on heading south, and I'll see you back at the yard. I should just mention too, before we leave the area, there's a lot of stuff there I didn't go into. I could probably do a whole video just sitting there, and a couple of the other spots I could probably get to and walk and jump the fence. I don't want to trespass or do anything stupid like that. But a big thank you to Bruce Gunter, host of the Copy Southbound podcast, for supplying some of those photos that his old man took back in the day, back when he was steering the old comma. If you're into podcasts, listen to podcasts, whatever else, and love trucks, love history, love just classic Aussie characters, check out the Copy Southbound podcast. It's one that's frequently being played on my ears, and it's just great. That's where I learned a lot of stuff about the old Hume that I never knew. So head over and check that out. There was something else, and now I've forgotten. Like, I forgot to put this or say this when I was walking back and forwards under the trees. No, it's gone. So unless I remember, we're going back to the yard. Aircon on. The drop that window down. Oh, that's another one done. Luckily one of the blokes in the yard was there to help unload that, or do all the unloading for that, so it was quick and easy, and he's in the truck now to go and deliver that to Wodonga. update on, I'll say my truck, the usual truck, the other black one. It's been in at CMV this week getting bit of a birthday. The passenger door's being replaced, which if you go back to my Volvo Spotlight, which would nearly be a year ago, I think it was February I done that one, or March. The previous driver that worked for us put a nice big squiggly scratch down the side of it. Apparently it's got the new door put on it, that new front of the grille fixed, and some other stuff done as well. So it's parked in the yard there now. I put paperwork in. I neglected to actually have a look at it, but there she goes now. I don't know if I'm going to get it back. I've been told twice this week, just in passing conversation, that your truck will be back next week, or you'll have your truck back on Monday. But when I ended out 2024, I'd lost it, and I'd had the other truck and trailer. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm not going to sit there and say it's my truck or anything else. It's the company truck. I just drive what they give me. Hence the earlier episodes with the rigid. Which nearly happened on Monday. If I come back to work early on Monday, I would have been in the rigid, but I had the extra day off. So that truck's back. My trailer's sitting there. It'll be interesting to see what Monday brings, but for a first week back for 2025, it's been pretty creamy. Going up, doing Mitchell, Fyshwick and home. Tuesday I had a bit of steel to drop off at steel suppliers in Yass. Members seen that, and then the aircon one today. That's the only thing outside of those two drops I've had to do all week. So nice short days, nice quick runs, back home before it gets too hot, and yeah, Bob's the uncle, job done. So thank you channel members for all your support. Thank you everyone that watches the videos, all the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, share if you so wish. But yeah, I got a date with the dentist now, which I'm not looking forward to. So as that air powered drill spools up, and I can feel it already. Enjoy the week, guys, and I'll catch us next week for another video.